Hi everyone, welcome. We'll get started right away since it is officially 8 o'clock. A little more of a, not a challenging class, but just a little more movement than we had yesterday. So we'll start on our backs like normal, and feel free to extend your legs. If that's not comfortable, you can plant your feet onto the mat. Bring your arms alongside. And then just start to find some deep breaths here. Starting to relax into the mat. We won't be here for too long, but we just want to find that connection with our breath. Just do a little check-in. See how you're feeling this morning. Any tension in the body? Where can you soften? And also just noticing the quality of your breath. So as you inhale and exhale through the nose, just noticing if there's any spots where you're feeling maybe a little extra tight or stuck today. The breath is feeling restricted in any areas. And just try to work to soften into those spots. Just trying to, excuse me, clear the mind of any distractions, any thoughts, and just preparing yourself for the next 30 minutes, that mind and body connection. And then you can slowly start to wake yourself up here by wiggling fingers and toes, circling wrists and ankles. And just find some gentle movement. And draw the heels together at the back of the mat. Reach your arms up overhead. Point the toes. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, relax. Good, one more like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. And step the feet onto the floor. Draw the knees in toward the chest. Wrap the arms around the shins and give yourself a squeeze. And press down through the low back. Gently drawing your thighs in, feeling that compression between your legs and your stomach. Good, keep the breath going. And then maybe adding in just that rocking motion side to side. And we're going to keep the right knee in. Start to extend your left leg long, but you're going to hover your left leg about an inch off of the mat. So you're resting the head, left leg is hovering, so you should be engaging the top of your left thigh here. So we're not only waking up that right hip crease, but also waking up that left quad. So really firing up through the muscle, pushing out through the bottom of the foot. And if you like, you can add in little 1-inch lifts here through that left leg. So it'd be lift, lift. Keep the low belly hugged in. Keep your low back pressed into the mat. Lift, lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the left knee in. Extend the right leg out. So same thing. Hover that right leg, just 1 inch. Belly pulls in. Fire up through the right thigh and find that little lift. And make sure you're breathing here. Steady inhales. Long exhales. Lift, lift. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right knee hugs in, arms around the shins, give yourself a squeeze. Good. We're going to do a little bit of core work here to wake up the abs. So I'm actually just going to turn to the side so you can see. So your legs are in tabletop, knees are stacked on top of your hips, and you're going to take your right hand, and that's going to come across to your left thigh. So your right hand across to your left thigh. Now reach your left arm up. So keep in mind here, it's just your left arm and your right leg that are doing the work. On your inhale, left arm, right leg start to extend. Exhale, use the abs, pull back through center. So as you do that, make sure you're pressing the right hand into the left thigh into the right hand. So you're pushing the entire time and then moving with the breath. So inhale, you extend. Exhale, you come back through center. Good. Breathe in, reach out, keep pushing. Exhale, center. I'm going to do 5 more on this side. Just want to create a little bit of heat in our midsection here. 3 more. You might also be feeling this in the top of that right thigh. At the end of the 5th, you're going to switch right to the opposite side. So left hand comes across to the right thigh. Right arm reaches up. Push hand to thigh, thigh to hand. Inhale, extend, right arm, left leg. Exhale, center. Deep breath in, root down through the low back as you extend. Exhale, center. Good. Keep going with that breath. You're going to do 5 more here. Good. So end of the 5th, hug the thighs in, give yourself a squeeze. And then we're going to release some of that tension by coming into some glute bridges. So walk your feet so they are mat distance apart. Your toes can turn out just slightly. You can either have your hands just sort of pressing into the mat. I like to hold on to the edges of the mat, but up to you. You're going to lift your hips up just to a hover, soften the toes, take an inhale. On the exhale, engage your glutes as you lift your hips up all the way. So inhale, hips come down just to a hover. Exhale, squeeze, lift up. So we're stretching out the abdominals, but we're also building strength through the glutes and the hamstrings. So make your movements slow and intentional here. Find that activation through the hamstrings, through your seat as you lift your hips up. We're going to do 5 more here. So you're lifting on the exhale. Good. 3 more. That's 2. And last one. Carefully lower down. You're going to keep those feet mat distance. Now let both of your knees fall out to the right. You can tee the arms out or take cactus arms. And then turning the gaze to the left. Just a few breaths. Got it. And switch sides. Knees left, gaze right. Beautiful. Come back through center. And then however you want to get there, you're going to move into a wide-legged child's pose. So take your time. Wide-legged child's pose, knees are about mat distance. You can sit the hips back to the heels. And just settle in here. Find some deep breaths right into your lower back. Chest and shoulders and hips. And we'll be here for about 4 more. So really try to soften. And at the end of your 4th breath, start to spread your fingers out nice and wide. Press into your hands and come forward into a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then on the inhale, you're looking over your right shoulder as you press your hips to the left. I think we did this yesterday. And exhale, come back. Breathe in, switch, hips to the right as you look over the left shoulder. Exhale, center. Just going to do 2 more on each side here. And then as you come back through center, head right into your cat-cows. So inhale, the belly drops, lift the gaze, shoulders back. Exhale, press into the hands around the spine, drop the head. Good, inhale, belly drop, scooping through the low back, lift up. Exhale, round it out. Do 2 more just like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. And last one here, inhale. And exhale. Good. From tabletop, walk the knees back, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up, downward dog. Just pedal the feet out, back and forth, back and forth. All right, bring the gaze forward and just tiptoe your feet toward your hands. So feet are about hip distance here. Bend the knees a lot, release the head and the neck. Good, you can nod your head yes. Shake the head no, maybe sway the upper body side to side. And just find some movement here that feels good. Good, and bring those hands onto your thighs. Keep the bend in the knees and just slowly start to press yourself up all the way. Right to the top of the mat. Big toes together, heels apart. Good, arms alongside, relax the shoulders. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Okay, so we're going to start to move with the breath here. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, look up. Bend your knees on your exhale and start to fold forward all the way. Palms come to the shins on the breath in. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, heavy head. Press into the feet, inhale, arms come up all the way. Nice big stretch at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that about 3 more times here. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Breath in, lengthen your spine, crown of head reaches forward. Exhale, fold heavy head. Root into the feet. Inhale, arms come up, strong core as you lift. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. 2 more. Deep breath in, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. Heavy head on the exhale. Root into the feet, breath in, lift up all the way. Exhale, hands to heart. Do 1 more here all together, breathing in. Breathing out. Lengthen on the breath in. Fold on the breath out. So from here, on your inhale, bring your palms to your shins, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, plant your hands and step your right foot all the way back. So right foot is lifted, right heel is lifted high. You're going to bring the hands to your front thigh and then sweep the arms back behind you into a runner's lunge. So you want your left knee to be stocking on top of the left ankle. You're reaching through the tips of your fingers here. Good, core is strong, so draw the abs up and in. Just gonna open my window here, it's super warm. So you're staying nice and low in that lunge position. Good, just breathing here. Now take an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, relax the shoulders. You can just look forward here. If you want to challenge your balance, try looking up as you press the thumbs back behind you. Lifting the heart up, so a little bit of a back bend, heart opener. Good, 3 cycles of breath. And then at the end of the 3rd breath, you're going to bring your hands forward and down. Plant the palms, rock your weight back, and lightly step forward. Halfway lift on your inhale. Fold heavy head on your exhale. 1 more just like that. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step your left foot all the way back. So we've been here before. Hands to thigh, lift the chest. Arms reach back, runner's lunge. Good. Right hip back, left hip forward. Just breathe here. Feel the strength in your thighs. And it should look like you're about to run forward. So you're right on the ball of that left foot. Your heel is lifted as high as it can go. Try to soften through the toes on the right foot. So you're not gripping into the mat. You're pressing down through the bottom of the foot. Take an inhale. Arms come up. Exhale. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, just breathe here. Stay lifted out of the waist, out of the hips, and then option to trace the gaze up, press the thumbs back, lift the chest, little back bend again. All right, take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bring the hands down, a little bit different. You're gonna walk your hands over to the left. Turn all 10 of your toes to the left, so the legs are wide, coming into a wide-legged forward fold here. You can soften your knees as much as you need to, looking for a nice straight spine in this fold, so we're not putting pressure on our lower backs. And then just hinging forward to your range of motion. Okay, let your exhales take you a little bit further if you like. You can sort of lunge here from side to side, getting a little more into the inner thighs. About 4 more breaths. And at the end of the fourth breath, just start to walk your hands to the top of the mat. You're going to turn the toes forward, step into a downward facing dog. Good. Walk it out. And from your downward facing dog, take an inhale, come forward to a high plank. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, exhale, bend the elbows, come all the way onto your stomach. Gaze stays on the floor. Take a breath in, peel the chest off of the mat, keep the gaze low. And on the exhale, press yourself back, tabletop, hips come to the heels for a child's pose, rest the head. Good, spread the fingers out wide. Inhale, come forward, back to that modified plank, knees are down. Look just in front of your mat. Exhale, bend the elbows, slowly lower. Try to keep your elbows tucked into your sides. Inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale, press yourself back, tabletop, child's pose. I'm going to do one more just like that. Breathe in, come forward. Strong abs. Exhale, lower with control. Cover chest and hands on the inhale. Press back, child's pose on the exhale. So resting the forehead, you can have the arms forward, you can have the arms alongside, whatever feels good. All right, and take those arms out in front of you, press into the hands, come forward to a tabletop. You're just going to find a seated position for a moment. We won't be here for too long. You can sit up onto a cushion or onto a block if you have one. Okay, so your left fingertips are just going to be sort of resting beside your left hip. Draw the abs up and in, so navel to spine. And then start to reach that right arm just up overhead. So start here. If you're already feeling a stretch along that right side through your intercostal muscles, you can stay. If you need something more, start to walk that left hand further over to the left as you reach the right arm up and over. Make sure your abs are fired up here so you're protecting your lower back. There's no pressure there. Every inhale, find a little bit of a lift. Exhale, go deeper, move into that space you've created. Good, breath in, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Two more like that. Strong abs as you rise up, and then come right into the opposite side. So right hand just comes down beside the right hip, left arm reaches straight up to start. So check in here, see how that feels. And then if you're going further, right hand walks over, left arm reaches up and over. It's always going to be slightly different from side to side. Good, and just breathing here. About three more. Okay, so at the end of the third breath, you're going to rise back up and just let that left arm fall. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, relax the shoulders. So one more little movement in the seated position. Good, so you can watch first if you're unsure about the cues. You're going to reach the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Now on your exhale, your left arm reaches back behind you as you twist gently to the left side. Good, so inhale, come back through center. Exhale, right arm reaches back as you twist to the right. Good, breathe in, lift up. Exhale, take it to the left. And your abs are engaged here. So check in with that. Breathe in. Breathe out. And do one more on each side here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one. Deep breath in. Lift up, lengthen. Exhale, twist. This time on the breath in, come back through center. And on your exhale, just press those arms out wide, all the way down. Again, give the shoulders a nice big roll, a couple times both ways. And then you are going to make your way onto your back with the feet planted, hip distance apart. So feet have about 6 inches between them. Just find some stillness here for a moment. Check in, see how the body feels. Okay, now shift the hips a few inches to the right. You can cross the right thigh on top and let your knees fall over to the left. Good, heavy shoulders, tee the arms out, cactus arms, and turn your gaze to the right if that feels okay for the neck. Now bring the gaze back through center, bring your knees back through center, unwind your thighs and change sides. So slide those hips over to the left thigh on top if that's available, knees fall right, gaze comes left. Good, last couple breaths here. And take your time, rising up, unwind the legs, feet come together, knees fall open. You can bring your hands anywhere, your hands to belly, you can reach up overhead, just whatever feels good here. Try to let your thighs be heavy, no pressing, no pushing, just letting gravity sort of do the work for you here. So you can keep your legs like this if you want, or start to extend the heels out to the edges of the mat. Just the way that we started class. And just finding a final comfortable position so you can take a few deep breaths before heading out into your day. So this is where I will leave you ladies.
Thank you for coming. As always, just take your time getting up from your mat, and I will see you next week, Tuesday at 8 a.m. and have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Annie.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Tell you
coming.
that
Thanks, Annie.
when we're lying on our backs, my dog always has to get up and lie next to me.
Oh my
And then as
gosh.
soon as I shift sides, she's got to get up and come around the other side, and it turns into this big cuddle pile at the end. It's not bad.
My cat is like offended that I'm in here moving around. He's like on my chair and he's just glaring at me the whole time.
I love yoga with pets.
Me too. It's so much fun.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Till soon. Bye-bye.
Yes, enjoy your week. Bye-bye.